Hey guys, Kurt here with NK Garage, and as you can see, I bought a toolbox. Now, if you've been watching our videos, you'll know that I've been talking about buying a toolbox for my shed, because a couple weeks ago I got that shed. A couple weeks before that I got this little snap-on toolbox that I thought was going to be the perfect size. Well, it turns out that the tool guy's got a lot of tools and it's way too small. So I bought something that was big. And what I learned from the last snap-on toolbox, because that was my first snap-on toolbox, they're heavy duty. And I always knew that, but like these things are heavy duty. This top box is probably a couple 100 pounds alone. Me and Nick barely are able to lift it, just the two of us, empty. The bottom box is even more weight. So I went on Facebook Marketplace and I found this, and believe it or not, it was listed for $500 with some tools in it. And I messaged the person just seeing what was up, and they're like, well, if you want, you can come tomorrow. You know, we really need to get out of here. Basically, the guy was shutting down like a rental space that he was renting, like a little garage space, and he needed to get rid of a bunch of extra stuff. So I think this was his older snap-on toolbox. And it's actually a 1983, but basically they were like, yeah, we'll take $350 for it with the tools in it. And it's not full of tools. The top is actually completely empty, and the bottom box just has some tools in it. But like I said, it's a 1983, and I think that's pretty cool. This is not the original logo. Somebody just threw that on there. I believe the original logos might have been on the right side up here. And it was a completely different logo at that time. But it's a matching set, top and bottom. The part numbers on these things are actually on the back. They're usually on the top right of the toolbox. So the bottom is a KR555B, and then it has down here 1983. And then the top box is a KR550B, also 1983. So somebody probably bought this as a set back in the 80s, and it's still a good box. Now, it's not pretty. It doesn't look so great. The guy was doing body work and he did not mask off certain parts of his shop, including this toolbox. So there is overspray on it. There is dust all over it. I've already been cleaning some of the dust off, and we got this nice dent here. But all the drawers at the bottom are fine, so that's just cosmetics. This little trim piece is missing here, probably from whatever happened there. But regardless, it was really, really cheap. So let's take a look. You know, the top box is ridiculously tall if you're stacking them. You know, I'm 6 feet tall, and I wouldn't be able to practically use this top drawer. As you can see, there's all sorts of dust in there. The whole thing was covered in this kind of dust. It was just crazy. This wasn't the guy's regular box. I believe he was just using it to store his extra tools. Dusty, dusty. But all the drawers actually aren't in bad shape. They all open up very nice. Some of them have liners, some of them don't. That doesn't matter because I'll be replacing all of them anyways. But there's not really any like major rust on this thing or anything like that. And all the drawers are, I mean, they need cleaning for sure, but they're in good shape. So I definitely think that this box was worth picking up, especially, you know, since I'm on a budget here and I want a lot of space to store my tools. So let's take a look at the goodies that came inside this thing. Like I said, this guy was putting his extra tools in here, and then when he closed up this shop, he just took what he wanted and left the stuff he wasn't interested in. But I went and I kind of organized it just to make the video go a little bit quicker and easier for you guys to see what was here. So I put all the screwdrivers in this top drawer for now. There's a couple of main pieces here, like this snap-on. I think it's the SSDM 40B, and that's the one with the interchangeable bit. You know, it's got the magnet in here. And I love these screwdrivers because you can have 100 different bits and you can use them all. But it kind of sucks because I'm missing the cap that goes on the end. I happen to find this metal like nut that is the same size and thread and everything, but it's not really right. So I'm kind of wondering if I can find a cap or something for that. Other than that, there's the Craftsman version. I think there are 2 of those in here. This one's in better shape than the other one. The other one's actually a little bit more of like a stubby. And there's some more Craftsman stuff in here, like this little 1/4-inch flat blade stubby. It's another Craftsman in here, but this one's kind of beat up and broken. But that could be a warranty tool for sure. There's various nut drivers and stuff in here. You know, these ones are great neck, but USA made. This one's an old Vaco nut driver. There's this little flat blade here. It's kind of bent, but it's made by Master Mechanic. Nice little tiny flat blade for doing... you could even use it as a pick if you want. And the rest of it is kind of just miscellaneous junk and bits and all that. There was this screwdriver here, which I'm wondering if maybe this is a snap-on. It's just there's no writing left on the handle, but it kind of looked like a snap-on to me. I don't know if there's anybody out there that can confirm or deny that for me, but I would like to know. Going on to the next drawer. This was probably the most convincing part of buying it with the tools for me. Is basically this was all of his miscellaneous leftover sockets and related items. There is nothing great in here. There are no sets. There's nothing of super high value or anything like that in here. But what we did get is we got an old Craftsman 1/2-inch drive V series ratchet with the push button quick release here. This one, it actually still is okay, but it definitely needs to be cleaned up in there. But everything's moving. There's one of these Craftsman, they call them like the tri-wing or something like that, ratchets, but USA made, and it works just fine. This one here is just a Popular Mechanics made in Taiwan. Then we have a SK 1/4-inch ratchet, and this one definitely needs to be opened up and serviced because that is just spinning freely. I found that sometimes that could just be because there's some old grease in there and it's just not working right. This is just some piece of junk, I think. One of those 2-in-1 ratchets. There's a SK swivel joint here. Definitely needs to be cleaned up. So various socket racks and stuff like that. This one's actually a genuine snap-on. And the thing I like about the snap-ons, they actually hold the sockets really well. They're made much better than some of the other brands. There's this guy, and I guess that's like a 3/8 drive. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen this before. It's made by Craftsman.
It's probably for a fan clutch to loosen your tensioner.
Yeah, I guess so. No, you're probably right. Like that's definitely what that's for. Now that I think about it, 41831 Craftsman USA made, and I definitely think I'll be keeping that too. Might come in handy. And then we got all these various sockets. I've been going through them and looking at them, and it's just a random assortment. But there are some good pieces in here. Oops. This is a 30mm Craftsman USA made socket, 12-point for 1/2-inch drive. That's a great socket to have. You know, here's another Craftsman here, 6-point 1/2-inch drive. It's a 7/16. Here's a snap-on 15mm 6-point. You know, it's dirty and it's a little rusty, but it works fine. Found this one this morning when I was looking through here. It's a snap-on adapter for 3/8 to 1/4-inch. There's various impact sockets in here. Nothing, you know, crazy, just off-brands and stuff like that. I mean, this is an Ampro 36mm, so you know that still holds some value, just because it's a large size. There's 30mm Pittsburgh. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in here. There's plenty of Craftsman. You know, here's a Craftsman. Here's a Craftsman. They're all USA made, from what I see. Here's an old one, I think, or no, just some garbage. But it's a T45. Yeah, I mean, there's some SK in here too. Here's an SK socket, 12 millimeter. There's all types in here. I mean, I think I saw some Mac, some Matco, SK, Husky. Like here's an old Husky USA, I think. Yep, USA Husky, 7 millimeter. All sorts of stuff. All sorts of brands, sizes. Yeah, I think there's 1 3/4 drive socket in here, 1 3/4 inch. It's made by Duralast, you know. But it's all, you know, it all comes with the toolbox, and for the price I paid, I think it was a good deal. This is all just good, you know, extras. This is a snap-on impact socket. I think it's a 15 millimeter. So there's all of that. And next up is the wrenches. And this isn't as impressive, but there were a couple of nice pieces in here, like this Craftsman 22 millimeter, you know, VA series USA. There's plenty of other Craftsmans in here, like there's 215s right here, 14 millimeter here. There's the 7 millimeter guy here, Craftsman 7 millimeter USA. What is that? Fellow, made in India. Never heard of that. Oh, here's the Craftsman 17 millimeter ratcheting wrench. It's not USA made though. This is one of the foreign ones, but still. Here's a Cobalt ratcheting wrench.
Lexus.
Yeah, it's just random stuff. And this is, I sorted them. I put the SAE on this side. Got a Craftsman 15/16 inch USA made V series. Here's a G-Door 25/32 and 3/4. This one was cool. So Williams, it's a 1/2 inch by 7/16 tappet wrench, and I like these big fat heads on here. It's definitely you know, for a tappet wrench, you know, strong. There's just some, you know, cheap adjustable wrench in here. Here's another Williams. It's got some chrome peeling, but that's 1 1/8 inch and 1 1/16 inch. Williams super wrench. A Napa wrench, 7/8 inch Napa professional wrench. You know, nothing special. It's one of those Craftsman socket wrenches, 1/2 inch. I never seem to get these in nice condition. They're always like, this one's full of welding splatter. You know, every single time I get one of these, because these are rare, they're like horrible condition. I mean, this is actually probably the best condition one that I've gotten, because normally I don't even get them with chrome still on them. And various other pieces. Not bad. Next drawer. Just some miscellaneous stuff. I got plenty of knives over here. Tons of razor blades. There's a whole pack of them over here. There's probably 100 or so in there. Well, it's a 100 pack. Plus this, just under 100 probably. Some Sharpies. We got some battery terminal cleaners here. I didn't get to catch a brand on any of these though. Some brushes. There's a riveter here. We got 2 pipe wrenches. I thought this one was cool, Stanley, with the yellow handle. I don't think it's made in USA or anything, but I thought the yellow handle was kind of cool. And here's a Husky. Also probably not USA. There's some little cleaning brushes in here. It's just an unbranded pickle fork here. Another, you know, cleaning brush. Got a couple files down here. Some chisels. There's a sheetrock saw in here. I think, is that actually broken? That is broken. I think we'll probably just throw that out.
I don't know what a mechanic was doing with the drywall knife.
Yeah, there's a fuse puller here, which I've never actually used the actual fuse puller tool for, but I mean, if you want to do it the right way, you can. And just various other things. There's a chuck key in here. There's the I don't know why I can never remember
feeler gauge.
Yeah, I can never remember the name of that on camera for some reason. Tiny little pipe cutter. PT tool. And just various other little things. Oh, there's another pipe cutter. This one's made by Rigid. Next drawer, we got some Allen keys. We got some drill bits. There's a couple taps in there. And some wire wheels and hole saws and like deburring tools and stuff like that. Then there's various things. Got a pair of vice grips here, full of overspray. There's a couple of C-clamps in here. Some of them are very, very bad. Like this one is very bad. That is no good.
That's for clamping on an angle.
Oh, right. This one is missing the little end piece there, the foot. It's just missing. I'll just throw that in the scrap bin. This one was okay. Oh, look at the handle. This guy was not nice to his clamps. It was not nice to his clamps. Oil filter wrench in here. Not like we needed another one because we have a bit too many. Couple of putty knives. There's this little organizer case in here. And I got these like pipe plugs. So I put those in there just to keep them safe. Hacksaw. Here's the as seen on TV speed out. Wow. Screw extractors. I have no idea what brand that kit is, the flaring tool kit. It's probably cheap. More wire wheels, and there's a sledgehammer in here. Here's a tow hook, like my Volkswagen has the same thing. Tow or pulling hook, whatever you're screwing that into. I have no idea what this is.
I believe that's for doing body work. You hold that on one side and whack the hammer, and the other side you can form shapes.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that was what that was for, but I wanted to confirm. There's some like burlap material back there. I think that's it. Yeah, I think I emptied all the other drawers. Oh no, there's some other just random stuff on the bottom. Got the Black & Decker, a little jigsaw. Got this roll of wire, kind of like baling wire, but it's like coated, which is kind of nice. That's really convenient for hanging things. And maybe he was using that to hang stuff when he was painting it, but I'll probably hold on to it for the kind of the same purpose. There's two heavy pipes in here,
Cheater pipes.
Yeah. Then there's this piece of metal. And the grease gun. So I think that concludes everything that's included. Some of these drawers are a little sticky. I gotta get in here. These older snap-ons, they don't have the ball bearings. They just have the grease slides. So you have to clean these out and grease them. They changed it in the middle of the 80s, and since this is in the early 80s, it still has the old system. But they're still really good, and they're really smooth. They're not cheap and junky like the Craftsman ones. They actually do their job, and they're fairly strong. You can put a lot of weight on these drawers. I wouldn't be afraid to put a lot of weight on there. I like it. I think for $350, given that the tools are probably just a free bonus with that, I think I did pretty good. Obviously, it is not in good visible condition, but as far as like using it, it's gonna hold the tools. It's gonna hold a lot of freaking tools, and I like that. I don't think I'm ever going to use this top shelf. I don't think anybody does if you have this stack. And funny enough, I actually think that they might have sold a centerpiece to go in between the two. I read online there's some guys that really love these boxes, and they were actually saying one of the guys has a step stool so he can get to his top drawers. But I like it. If anybody out there has this box, leave a comment, let us know, what you think about your box. And I definitely got some questions for you guys. I want to know, so leave a comment, please. I want your opinion. I'm going to replace all the drawer liners. I want to know what you guys use. I just want to get a roll of something that I could just measure and cut, because a lot of the drawers have these, different dividers and stuff like that. So everything's going to be, special cut, but I want to know what you guys use, because I don't want some cheap junk. Like you see, I gotta get these replaced. This is no good. Some of them are just missing, and some of them look like this. But I want to get the good stuff. So please, let me guys know what worked well for you. Leave that in the comments. I think that's it for the box. What do you think, Nick?
Not too bad. You can't argue with that for $350.
Yeah, it's not the most exciting tool haul. Like, there's not a lot of amazing, cool tools in here, but there's, I mean, the sockets is probably, like I said, the winner, just because there's all these random sizes in here that are just good for filling sets or just having extras. And I think that was, you know, kind of nice. And then I get to play with these 3 ratchets, the 2 Craftsman and the SK. So I'll be playing with those too. But I like it. I'm happy. You know, it was one of those things, like, getting a toolbox is a big deal. The person who sold it to me, the guy, he wasn't good with Facebook and the phone and all that, so I was dealing through his wife. And basically they had, you know, they had tried to sell it a couple times, a couple different guys just completely were like, yeah, I'll come get it, you know, I'm going to bring a truck. And then their buddy couldn't bring their truck, you know, because they didn't have a truck, or they were trying to get a trailer and their buddy's trailer, or they were trying to rent a U-Haul or something, and they all just fell through on the deal. So I just told her, I was like, yeah, no, I mean, I can come tomorrow. We got a truck and a trailer, and, you know, I'm going to bring a come along so that we can pull it into the trailer. You know, we don't have to try to push it in there, because these things are heavy. This is a lot of weight, and it's not too hard to roll around the garage, but rolling it into the trailer wasn't too hard, but it also wasn't like totally full of tools. So I think that concludes today's video. And I want you guys definitely, you know, leave a comment. Let me know about those drawer liners. I'm looking to probably do that, you know, as soon as possible so I can get using this thing. I'm going to get it set up in the shed, and then hopefully I'll be able to show you guys that soon. So like the video if you like the content. Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. You know, we totally appreciate it. And while you're at it, if you've got the time, check out NK Landscaping. The link is in the description of every video. And also check out our eBay store for NK Garage, because you might need one of these sockets. And once I go through them and see what I need and what I don't need, I'll be selling some of them on eBay. Yeah, we don't ask a lot of money for these things. You know, basically we're just, you know, trying to make a couple bucks, you know, plus shipping. So, you know, there's some stuff in here like these Craftsman crow's foot. There's I think that's a 15 millimeter one. And this one is a 13 millimeter. Those are hard to find. These are USA made. Even some of these Craftsman sockets like the 30 millimeter, you know, once we go through them, we find out what we need, what we don't need. Rest of it eventually goes up on eBay, of course, you know, when we have time. It takes a lot of time to list all this stuff. But check out the store, and if you need missing pieces, definitely, you know, check it out. We do offer a 10% off coupon to all our YouTube viewers, so that is also in the description of the video. And thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.